Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Kira here. Today we are going to be focusing on my solo road trip. If you haven't seen my previous video, I will drop the link in the show note, but it covers day 1 and day 2 of my trip, which was Newport, Rhode Island and Block Island. So today I am going to explore the lovely, beautiful Martha's Vineyard. I am so stoked. I'm driving to Woods Hole, and from there I'll get on the ferry and it'll take me to Martha's Vineyard. The ferry is like 45 minutes, I think, and it was only $20 round trip. And just off of the information I saw online, they have like 20 different like departures and arrivals, which I like because it just added it to my Apple Wallet, and it was like, oh, like you have 2 uses, like use them whenever you want. And I was like, wow, like no one's telling me what time and what day I have to come home. This is amazing. So it just gives me a little bit more flexibility to just explore the vineyard. So let's go check it out. Okay guys, there is a part of me that is just so annoyed right now. So I drove to the ferry and the lady was like, oh, are you driving in or walking? I was like what? Like I'm walking on the ferry. She's like, oh, well, you can't park here. And I was like, where can I park? In case you guys don't know, it's like impossible to park in Cape Cod without paying for everything. So she was like, oh, well, here's a parking lot and the shuttle will bring you back here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Guys, the parking lot was 20 minutes backtracking. I was hot. So I get back to this parking lot, 20 minutes later, and then I'm like waiting like 15 more minutes for the shuttle to like get loaded up and leave. And then I sit on the shuttle for, 25 more minutes to get back there. Finally get on the ferry. Unfortunately, I did not get to make the 8:30 ferry that I planned for, so I had to get on at the 9:30 ferry, whatever hour difference, but it was just not a good start. I was not vibing with that. But I'm optimistic because it's Martha's Vineyard. So now let's get on the ferry and let's go check this out. Alright, so there we have an afternoon spent at Martha's Vineyard. After getting on the ferry, it was smooth sailing. I got to the island. When I got there, I walked over to the bike rentals and the moped area. After my experience at Block Island, I did not want to experience, those hills again, so I was going to get a moped. However, the gentleman was very honest with me and told me that a bike would be sufficient for the island. So I went ahead and I got a bike rental instead, which was really cool because these bike rentals came with bike locks compared to Block Island. They were like, oh, your bike's fine. You don't need a lock. And I was like, oh, well, I hope nothing happens to this bike. So whatever, got a bike lock, got a bike, awesome. I went and checked out the iconic gingerbread houses. They were so adorable. They were human-sized houses that looked like gingerbread houses, and like people actually lived in them. So it was super cute to check out. After that, I rode my bike to Jaws Bridge, which was about 3.5 miles. And as you saw in the video, I did jump off the bridge. The water was so clear and it felt so great. After jumping off the bridge a few times, I just hung out at the beach for a little bit before riding back into town and stopping at Martha's Chowder Company, where I had the most amazing clam chowder.
if I was rating it on a scale from 1 to 10, I would rate it at like definitely a 10. I mean, I haven't had much chowder in my life, but it was pretty good. So after that, I checked out what would be considered their main street, and I looked at all the shops and all the different things. I did get myself a cute little yellow and white tie-dyed crop crew neck, so I'm in love with it. It's so soft. And I finished it off by going to Mad Martha's and getting myself some Martha Vineyard salted caramel ice cream before jumping back on the ferry. I almost forgot. While I was there, I did check out the Flying Horses, which is America's oldest carousel. So of course I had to get a ticket and ride the carousel. It was so cute. They have these little rings that you have to grab while you're on the carousel, and if you get the golden ring, you win yourself a free ride. So it was really cute to see that. The horses had just like antique like horsetail hair. It was really interesting, so I would recommend checking that out. It was just $4 to ride it. If you guys want to hear more about my road trip and my experiences so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.